Welcome, folks. Welcome to my corner of YouTube. This is my channel, Divine Hippie 2222. My name is Stephanie, and today I'm doing my Let's Learn the Art of Tarot series, and we are going to be going over the King of Swords. So, before I get into it, folks, the websites I use are in the description box below for my information. And I like the tarotguide.com because it gives me 5 different ways to interpret each card. As a beginner, I'm not a beginner anymore. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. But when we begin our journey with tarot, the books that come with the cards are very thin and they only have a sentence or two generally of description. So I like to use the website, thetarotguide.com, for my information. Through my process and through my journey of learning and growing with tarot, I personally have started editing the information that I verbalize from thetarotguide.com, because being a powerful manifester, the words that I choose to speak verbally, there are certain aspects of messages that I believe I have a moral and an ethical obligation to myself, to my environments, and to my clients. So that's why I edit the messages that I give out from the website, okay? So I'll be going over a general interpretation, love, money, health, and spirituality, all for the King of Swords. Okay, so let's get started. The King of Swords is represented by Taurus and by Gemini. It's an indication of, now we as individuals are vessels, whether we're female or male, we are able and capable of embodying this energy, okay? Now, court cards, they are indicative of us as well as individuals in our environments, okay? It can be one individual, it can be multiple individuals. So, the energies that the King of Swords represents and embodies are structure, routine, intelligence, being rational, logical, power, authority, strength, manners, conversation, discerning, a little detached, cool, honesty, integrity, ethics, morals, clinical, stern, methodical, self-discipline, head over heart, using our head, military, law enforcement, legal matters, judge, and father. Now, what does that mean, right? Ways to interpret all of those bullet points. It represents structure, routine, self-discipline, power, and authority. So we are exhibiting those characteristics. Being methodical, using our head, mind over matter, and the head over the heart. It's an indication of exhibiting logic and reason, integrity, ethics, and morals. And it can be an indication of legal matters. It can represent law enforcement, military, police, and judges. Now, court card, right? So as an individual, it's a mature male or masculine energy who is cool, self-disciplined, intelligent, honest, and strong. He is rational and logical and a deep thinker. He may be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and he does not like to publicly display his emotions and prefers to use his intellect over his emotions to deal with situations. He is a great conversationalist, fiercely loyal, and protective of his loved ones. He does well in structured environments and needs to have a routine to operate at his best. He can be clinical and stern. He can also be cold and distant if someone is too irrational for his liking. But generally, the King of Swords is analytical and fair-minded, and he takes his responsibilities seriously, is dependable, and plays by the rules. So this is someone you can always count on, okay? That's the general interpretation. Now, love. So couples. I also like this website because it broke the love description down into couples and singles. So there was more information, okay? So couples, you and your partner are connected on an intellectual level as well as a physical and emotional level. Your relationship or your partner challenges you to excel and maintain high standards. That's beautiful. That means that they're not only supportive, but they also want the best for you. That's amazing. This card can also represent fatherhood, so it's a good omen if you are planning a family. Now for singles, you will meet someone who embodies the qualities outlined above, meaning in the general description, or you are displaying some of those characteristics yourself. Because again, male or female, it doesn't matter. We can all embody these characteristics. You are looking for a partner. You will find singles, right? You are going to find a partner who you can connect with on an intellectual level. So a partner is coming to you that you will connect with on an intellectual level. A man who is happy with his life as a bachelor. So if you want a relationship with this man, be aware that he will not settle for a partner who cannot hold his interests or meet his high standards. Okay? Now, so that's love. So now we're going to get into money. This is a mature older man or a masculine energy in your work environment who will challenge us and hold us to our high standards. He may be stern, but don't be overly sensitive, okay? Because that's just part of his nature. So if we behave with honesty and integrity and act in an intellectual manner, we will gain his respect and he will give us sound advice and guidance. And we will learn a lot from this individual. This is someone who is authoritative, methodical, clinical, and rational. So it's an indication to keep a cool head in business and make sure we are in possession of all the facts before making any and all decisions. It is that having more structure and routine will help bring us success in our careers. And financially, we need to make a realistic, logical, and rational approach to our finances. So use our head and educate ourselves before investing in any aspect with our money, okay? Now, health. This is an indication that putting more structure into our routine is the key to maintaining and improving our health or fitness for right now as well as in the future. So this may take the form of going to bed at a set time, eating set meals, working out in a more structured way, such as taking exercise class or getting a personal trainer, or just having a set schedule if you already have a workout routine. So if there has been an illness or injury, the King of Swords can also indicate surgeons or consultants being involved in our care, okay? So doctors, my doctor is a King of Swords energy, okay? Even though the general description didn't mention doctors. But for health, it mentions surgeons or consultants, right? And my doctor is a King of Swords energy. Only he's not a surgeon, and there's no injury or illness. So, whew, thank you, God. And then, for spirituality, we can learn about as many spiritual practices as we like. Attend workshops, read books, but at some point, we just need to start putting all of our knowledge into practice and follow our heart instead of our head. That seems, I think that needs to be flipped. And well, I'm going to go with what it says. I'm just going to go with it. So, and follow our heart instead of our head. Now is the time. Stop thinking and start doing, taking action, okay? Now, with the spirituality message, I am going to provide the King of Swords in reverse. This is an indication to keep our head engaged in our spiritual development. This is using our head to filter out the useful bits from the huge volume of information that is coming our way. So don't believe blindly everything we learn. Be discerning. Use our brain. Find what works for us and throw the rest away. Take what resonates. Chunk the rest. So, all right, folks. The King of Swords is loving, high standards, methodical, intellectual, a father. This is self-discipline and using your head over your heart. So I think that's a little interesting because in the spiritual message, it says follow your heart instead of using your head. So that's a little reverse. That's different. Okay. And then for the reverse message, using your head to filter out the bits of huge volumes of information, right? We can read books and there's how many words on a page? How many words to the entire book? Not everything will work for us. Not everything will resonate for us. Not everything will be practical to, I'm losing the word that I want to use. To implicate. Implicate's the wrong word. To implement. There we go. Not everything will be practical to implement in our lives. Okay? So for health, having more structure, whether it's going to bed earlier or at a set time and getting a certain amount of sleep, eating a set diet and set meals at set times, or just eating when you're hungry, but a set diet, right? And a workout, more structure, more self-discipline regarding our workout. And if we know ourselves, if we are lacking the self-discipline to do it ourselves, then what the King of Swords is saying is join a class, get a personal trainer, someone who will support you in achieving your goals, holding you to your standards, holding you to your desires and to your wishes, and knowing what it is that you're capable of, and pushing you to accomplish those goals and those desires. So the King of Swords is beautiful energy. A lot of people say that it's harsh, and he can be, right? He can be. There are aspects of him, but there's aspects of the Queen of Cups that are, a little flighty, right? Being a daydreamer at times. So that's my point. There's positive and negatives. I say negatives. I don't really like that word. There are many facets to each individual. And being a well-balanced individual means we honor each of those facets. And we can embody any of those facets at any time. So, being honest and wanting others to reach their full potential. That is the main thing that I get from the King of Swords. Having a routine, being structured, having self-discipline, being logical, thinking things through, a deep thinker, and inviting those in his environment who enrich those aspects about him, who develop and enrich those aspects in him, and he develops and enriches those aspects in others. That's beautiful, folks. All right. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye.